Alright guys, I did not expect that they will go this hard on buffing Frieren and the water team. We're talking major rebalancing across the board, and some of these changes might actually shake up the meta. So let's take a look at all the details, what to expect, and how this might affect your current builds and your current rate up tickets. And just real quick guys, I already sent the 2 new codes to all the supporters. We have Hunter exclusive weapon design, gold 500k skill scrolls, and mana power elixir. So you guys can check it out in your Netmarble accounts. For those of you who still need this, all you have to do is to support me in the SLE Content Creator Program. I send these codes daily. Thank you so much. Let's begin. So first off, all of Frieren's damage skills got buffed, including the basic attack and the core attack. You can see the breakdown on the right side: 86, 55, 66, and 82% damage increase. Those alone could increase her total damage output by probably roughly 50% or more, ultimate included, because ultimate only got a 35% increase from the previous damage. Her QTE was also improved a lot, which means it will finally contribute real damage during rotation instead of just being a filler. Her weapon also got a 20% defense increase, and another 20% defense comes from her MP control buff. They did not change how the buff applies though, so that 100% won't apply to her ultimate yet. And the next big thing here is the Volzenbell debuff, because now enemies will take 70% more damage from Frieren. So this is on top of all the buffs on the base multiplier of her skills, and this one is likely a final damage multiplier. It's actually a smart move from the devs to add these kinds of variables, because they can easily just adjust damage output arbitrarily. So anyway, on top of all these, her weapon also gained a 30% basic skill damage increase for the team, which now should buff Water Cha too, instead of being a useless 30% ultimate skill damage percent, which doesn't make sense for any of the water DPSs we have right now. Just take note that in teamfight mode, this effect might not be that big, since we usually use Infamy set and it already gives plus 100% skill damage, and Cha naturally has 60% on her hard hitting skill. But outside teamfight, this is gonna be a solid increase. Possibly, I think, for the guild boss, maybe even making Armed plus Obsidian better than before. There is potential for that to be on par with the Infamy, or even better than Infamy set in the giant statue. And just lastly, another noteworthy buff is this 20% attack now from her support skill for Jinwoo, so even her assist potential improved. And again, this is on top of the 30% basic skill damage increase. With all of those, Frieren might actually creep now into legit support territory, maybe even rivaling other top supports, because now she can also synergize well with Leonard, with Gina, with Mini, or even Sung Il-hwan, because all of them will benefit from the basic skill and ultimate damage bonus. So yeah, there's real potential here now for Frieren to be a real hybrid support damaging unit. Based on all this, I'm expecting about probably triple or close to triple her current damage, but we'll see. We might be looking at some interesting meta shifts. Let's just hope that it doesn't get too broken, because now Water Cha also received a major buff. Her weapon stack got reduced from 60 down to 30, and that's huge, because this means that she can max it out faster and hold that 360% defense bonus for a longer time during combat. And with this, Meilin is finally gonna be so dead. This will definitely widen the gap between Frieren and Meilin Fisher as a support, again because Meilin Fisher's buff value will diminish a lot as soon as Cha reaches that ultra high defense percent. And just lastly, for the water team, we also have Seorin buffs, which are solid to 35% HP and 35% defense. That will be perfect for Frieren. And they also increased her MP regen to 3% every 5 seconds, which should help Water Cha sustain her MP better. We might even be able to finally swap Sorin score now to the break effectiveness one instead of the Teeth of the Watcher. And finally, we also have Fern. There seems to be some trolling happening here. Her numbers only went up by like 1%. I'm not sure if that's a typo, but she did get a fire damage taken debuff up to 30%, so she might end up replacing Yu Suyun in fire teams, and that debuff will now benefit Stark as the breaker DPS in her team. So instead of Stark giving the debuff for the DPS, what we have now is the DPS giving the debuff for the breaker DPS. So yeah, I hope the synergy will be great, especially for the workshop. So overall, water has the potential now to be better than wind. I'm hyped for this one. If everything works the way it should, Frieren might actually finally become the unit we wanted her to be since release. We'll test all of this once the patch hits, but for now, things are looking very promising. That's all for this video. See you in the next one.